Good evening, fellow Caymanians and residents. Today, the Deputy Governor, the Honorable Franz Manderson, and I would like to provide an update to the country concerning an important cabinet decision made yesterday. My cabinet colleagues and I approved draft and instructions to introduce for the first time in Cayman's history immigration term limits for non-Caymanians working within the civil service. This follows extensive consultation, statistical, and policy analysis previously conducted by the Deputy Governor's Office, as well as a portfolio of the Civil Service. It's envisioned that these changes will be implemented by 1 January 2026 and reflects the initial steps of our government, the National Coalition for Caymanians, aim to reform immigration policy in this country.
Premier, thank you very much, and to you and your government for your collaborative approach in getting us here, as you said, to this historic day in our beloved Cayman Islands. We believe that term limits being introduced in the civil service in itself will not automatically translate to more Caymanians joining the civil service or the upward mobility for Caymanians in the civil service. Therefore, what we have recommended to the government and they have accepted is an enhanced term limit policy that we believe, once implemented, will achieve more jobs for Caymanians and upward mobility for Caymanians in the civil service. I am proud that we, the civil service, is the largest employer of Caymanians. However, we will not rest on that fact, and we will continue to do whatever is necessary to ensure that the people of the Cayman Islands who wish to join the civil service do so, and those persons who deserve promotions within the civil service will achieve those promotions. So what have we done? We have increased the break that is set out in the Immigration Transition Act of 1 year, where a person who reaches the end of their term limit will have to leave the island for 1 year. In the civil service, we will increase that to 2 years. Also, we will ensure that we set out very clearly the jobs that are available for Caymanians only. That would be an historic first step in our public service management law, where we designate certain jobs that can only be held by our people. Additionally, we will strengthen the provisions to ensure that persons who are employed in the private sector, non-Caymanians in the private sector, are not able to join the civil service to avoid the term limits. Also, we will require non-Caymanians in the civil service as part of their contract to train Caymanians. We believe these enhancements to the term limit policy will achieve better outcomes for the people of the Cayman Islands.
Thank you, DG. As you can see with the proposed enhancement, our government is going to work at every stage, whether it's this policy or future policies, in lockstep with the civil service and key stakeholders to ensure that what is produced are changes that secure the future for our Caymanians, while at the same time reducing major risk of service disruption with respect to key essential public services. It is with that aim and that partnership where we can deliver real results and move campaign words into action.
Thank you, Premier. In the civil service, there are 4,800 employees. Of those, 1,400 approximately are non-Caymanians. The majority of non-Caymanians are employed in the police, in the prison, at the Department of Children and Family Services, in our care homes, and by the Department of Educational Services. I want to thank those non-Caymanians in those agencies and across the civil service for the jobs that they do to ensure the success of our beloved Cayman Islands. However, We want to ensure that the term limit policy that we are implementing does not disrupt our services, that we are able to provide the essential services that are not available anywhere else in the Cayman Islands to our people and to the government. We have an overriding responsibility in the civil service to work hard every day to make lives better. And we believe the policy that we have just explained to you will achieve just that.
Thank you, Deputy Governor. Also thank Her Excellency, the Governor, and all of your staff, and all of my colleagues in the National Coalition for Caymanians. There will be more announcements to come. We expect in the days ahead that there will be announcements from Minister Michael Miles with respect to proposed reforms for immigration reform in the private sector. And again, we will seek to strike a balance at the same time securing the future for Caymanians. God bless those who are listening, and may God bless the Cayman Islands.
God bless.